Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're back in AFK Journey, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing some teams for the Primal Lord Alpha Bear. It is just spawned in my server and we're going to do the first video on it today. So as always with Primal Lord in general, you can use the team revolving Cecia as your damage dealer, and that's usually going to be the best option for people who don't have a mythic plus Marilee, for example, or a very highly ascended Odie. And the really stable team is always going to be, we can run Thorin, and if you have him at mythic plus, you should have your damage dealer behind him so that Soul Pact can apply on that damage dealer. Then we can also have Cecia in here. Smokey for the heals is really important, and I think we can place him in the central location because this will heal as much of the map as possible. And he should be able to out-sustain any ranged damage from the boss. We're not going to be running Kruger here. Instead, you're going to run another support like Koko, for example. Because in this boss, it's really important you don't have multiple frontline, like one tile radius tanks right up against him, because he will do an attack around him in I think a one tile radius, which will apply the honey effect onto whoever is over there. So if you have more tanks over there, then your whole team is going to be applied with the honey effect faster, and that is going to basically mean your downfall, because when your whole team has a honey effect on, he does an attack which will reduce your HP by I think like quite a lot per second when all of them have honey on. And for damage, you always want to have Star Shard spell. It's just the best boss dealing damage spell in the game. So we'll test out this team just using Cecia as a damage dealer. Smokey is just really good in all boss fights when you have a little bit of difficulty with survivability, because she staggers the damage. When she uses her ultimate, then the boss will deal 45% reduced damage to your team, and you also have the lifesteal buff and attack buff, which allows you to sustain back up. And then the remainder of the damage which you reduce is going to be dealt as true damage after the spell is over. Okay, so already there looks like to be no survivability issues so far, but as more and more stacks of honey go on, that's really when we're going to see how much damage is dealt. Yeah, so that's when he got a lot of stacks of honey onto us. We're still managing to get a bit over 10 million, maybe close to 11 million damage. The good thing was Odie was able to survive thanks to, I think, probably Soul Pact from Thorin, because Thorin resurrected and he was still protecting the Odie. So Odie didn't go down, but the rest of the people on the team did go down. And we're already, so rank 8 with the beginner type team of Cecia and Odie. That is pretty good. The highest damage right now from our guild is Corvo, who has 14 million damage. But this is not bad for this beginner sort of team. The other good thing about this Primal Lord is the rewards are really good. I didn't see exactly how much hero dust we got, but you're going to be getting a lot of hero dust from this, and the boss has a lot of health, so we actually want the boss just to survive for as long as possible. Okay, so we want to now... we can keep Thorin, but we will remove Cecia and Koko, and this team now we're going to go for is going to be
what a tough fight.
Marilee and Thorin both. A team I was considering was like Kruger, get rid of Thorin. Another team which people have recommended, I think we're going to try that team out right now, is again with Koko, because this will allow you to get the faction bonus of 3 Mauler, 2 Lightbearer. If you're running Thorin here, you're not going to get, at most you're going to get a 3 faction bonus, which is fine, but I think it would then be Smokey, Odie, and then probably Kruger as your tank maybe, so we can try that for the third team. Anyway, this is the beginning of Alpha Lord. We'll have much more testing to do as the days go on, but Shakir just will not be a good option here, because you don't want to have multiple frontline units, and Shakir shines by having multiple frontline units and buffing them all up with his damage reduction and attack buff. I think this team, there might be some survivability issues, and we don't have a mythic plus Thorin yet, so this team isn't optimal for us, but eventually when you get a mythic plus Thorin, this team is going to be very strong. So let's see how it does. We have the faction bonuses. Koko so far to me doesn't even in the previous Lone Gaze Primal Lord, it didn't seem so strong to me because if the ultimate isn't timed at the right time, it almost makes no difference if you having Koko in the team or not. The cool thing about Smokey is if you have him at Mythic Plus, he actually becomes a pretty decent damage dealer against the boss, because each tick of his skill will deal damage based on their maximum HP percent. Okay, so here we're gonna get almost to 11 million, which is still not too great, but better than the Cecia team. So now for the next team, I want to just see the damage dealt. Marilee dealt probably the most damage along with Smokey. So I think for the final team, we're going to try it with... another option is you can run Thorin instead of the Thorin here and keep running the Koko. That would be fine. But I think we could also try... yeah, I think it would have to be Koko here, because it protects your team a little bit more. And we don't have the coin, but our coin isn't Mythic Plus anyway, so I think we're not losing out too much by not having him here. It gives us a faction bonus of 3 Mauler. The only other option would be to forget about the faction bonus and maybe run Thorin in this team. I don't think Kruger is a good option, like we mentioned, is if we have 2 frontline tanks, the boss is going to be able to stack your entire team with honey faster, because those first 2 are going to be stacked at the same time. So I think this is probably close to a good version of a team I can run. Maybe Thorin instead of Koko we can experiment with later on. But let's try this with Koko here and see how it goes. Okay. So normally the 2 key damage dealers for this fight are Odie and Marilee especially if you have her at Mythic Plus. But I had the Odie behind the Thorin, but we need to see the damage output at the end of this fight, because if Marilee is dealing much more damage than Odie, we'll want to have Marilee behind Thorin so that she's protected with the Soul Pact. So we use the skill again. Nice, Koko is able to get the skill off. We have the healing from Smokey. If we're able to survive another burst from the boss, then this Koko effect is really helping us. Yeah, I think Koko definitely gives us more survivability to the team. Now we're over 12 million, almost 12.5 million damage off of that fight. So definitely this seems to be close to the optimal team that we're able to run. We got up to rank 6. Yeah, so as you can see here, Marilee deals more damage. So it would be better if we had Marilee being protected by the Thorin, and also that provides more healing to the Thorin. Koko seemed to do pretty well in that fight. Like, there were 2 times when she casted her ultimate before the boss used his attack, which reduced the damage we took and stalled time for our damage dealer. So I think Koko is a good option. Definitely I would not recommend running 2 front lines. So it would either be like, if you have a Mythic Plus Thorin, then you can play Thorin and maybe even forget about Thorin, not run him at all. But I think Thorin is pretty important. He provides that tankiness and the Soul Pact effect. So for me, I'm probably not going to replace Thorin, also because I'm far away from Mythic Plus Thorin. We only have 3 copies in Legendary Plus right now, so we still need another 19 copies. So yeah, I think this is pretty much going to be my dream team. We're going to try to get Mythic Plus, plus 10 exclusive equipment on Marilee, because she's at plus 8 right now. That will power up this team for sure. And Koko does fine even without any ascensions pretty much, because she's not even Legendary Plus right now, so she's not having any new skills or abilities. Also with 1 more level, we're going to be able to get Thorin's Soul Plunder effect to do 17% bonus damage to the boss instead of 16%, so that can power us up a bit as well, and then just with gradually leveling up the team. So you only got 155 hero dust there, so it's the same dust that you're getting as compared to the Lone Gaze. If we look at the ranking here, the people who are ranking above me, they always do better than me in Dream Realm. So I'm totally satisfied with this position that we're at. We've actually beaten out some of the people which sometimes come close to me in the Dream Realm. So this seems to be a pretty good team and around about the power that I should be outputting right now. The rewards are going to be within 8 days. They've updated that because they realized that it's not really possible for you to server to take it down in 5 days. And honestly, oh wow, 2,000 essences, hero essence when you take it down, that's insane. That's the most exciting thing about it all. But we're gonna try to aim for the top 20 to get the limited bear hunter as well. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. The thing about this event, honestly, even if you kill out later days, it's just better for you because you're losing out just on 100 diamonds each day, but you're gaining 450 essences and the other rewards you get from fighting in the boss. So you're just much better off to not even kill the boss. So if you have like an inactive server, it's actually better for you, as long as you somehow kill it in the end. I don't think it expires, right? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. So with that essence that I got, we're almost going to be able to get another hero up to level 200. The hero that I'm going to take up there is most likely going to be Thorin, because like I mentioned, his soul plunder effect at level 191, which if we take him to the next level 200, he'll get this 17% received damage for the rest of battle, increases the damage that the boss will receive when he applies that skill onto him. So I'm gonna need that for the dream realm. My dream realm today is not looking good at all, because there are a lot of strong people who have like who have gradually been getting stronger and stronger, so they're kind of outpacing me. And also I think this is a specific boss which my heroes don't do that well for, because I have like a good Smokey and I also have a good Odie. But in this, I feel like having the mythic plus Marilee with plus 10 exclusive equipment is more important for King Croker. I usually just King Croker. Okay, Necrodraken also is not good for me. Yeah, King Koko and Necrodraken, they both are the places where you don't like to run Smokey because he gets interrupted. Although, wait, in King Koko, do you run Smokey? I didn't have him in my locked-in team. Let's see what happens, but I'm pretty sure that he gets interrupted here. Oh no, he doesn't get interrupted, but then the backline begins getting hit with attacks. But still, I think that would be fine. Let's try it. Let's just do a test with Smokey here. And we could maybe even make the Smokey tank, but I don't want the Smokey to be at a risk of dying. So we'll play it like this. And with the Star Shard spell, always. The only time you don't use Star Shard spell is... Yeah, okay, I should have been using Smokey. I don't know why my previous team that I was running wasn't using Smokey, so I assumed that he gets interrupted here. But no, he does well in King Koko. No wonder I was having a low score, because I wasn't running Smokey in my team. We need to try with Smokey in the frontline position as well. So now I should be able to hopefully maybe even make it into top 10 in King Koko. The only one that I usually don't make it into top 10 is Necrodraken. So right here, if your backline can get destroyed, then you're in trouble. As you can see here, Thorin is just insane, because he tanks a killing hit, he comes back to life, tanks another killing hit, Marilee resurrects him because of Soul Pact, and now he's still alive after all of this. Wow, our damage is insane. Now we need to get to 24 million. That's the break point where I'm beating other people. Nice, so far so good. Kruger is still alive. Wow, yeah. Okay, Marilee is still alive. We have 11 seconds on the clock. And once we get the Thorin up to level 200 with the enhanced soul plunder effect, this will be even more convincing, so then I can use more attempts there. 24 million, we got it. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so this is looking really good, guys. And I will also be asking my guildmates what teams they're running for the Primal Lord, so I can update you on that. So just with that, without even upgrading the Thorin, we're into the position, my dream position, because these other people who are ahead of me, there's almost no chance I beat them. And the great thing is Phantoms and Diamond, they've joined our guild yesterday, and they're both really, really strong in the dream realm. Really good players. And yeah, these other ones always do better than me. The other ones who do better than me are Duke Fleet and Drusius. Like if we look at Skyclaws, where we finished rank 10, Duke Fleet and Drusius, they will both rank ahead of me. And then maybe one of these other players can push up ahead of me, but I'm pretty close to all of the rest of them. So I'm really always cutting it close, right on the threshold of top 10. But I mean, even if I don't get top 10, top 20 is decent, but I always aim for top 10. Like, I try to min-max as much as I can. Okay, so this was really good. Now we can buy another copy of Thorin. because we have the other ones at Mythic Plus. I will get a few more for Odie to get to Supreme Plus because he only needs 3 more. But then, like when the Dream Store resets, but then we're just going to keep focusing core and try to get him to Mythic Plus. And slowly but surely our account is becoming pretty strong. But we have to be careful about using the temporal essences. Like that was the main issue, and like if we would have her at plus 10 right now instead of plus 8, we might have even been able to rank 5 in the Dream Realm fight we just did. So this is really the problem for us. Okay, so I'm glad we talked about this on the video. Otherwise, I was thinking Smokey isn't used in this boss, but I remember Smokey is used in 2 of them, and Snow Stomper and Necro Drake, and he's not used in. So then the other 2, he must be a good option. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for today. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because we upload daily AFK journey content. If there's any other guides you would like to see, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below. But thank you for watching, and everyone, peace out for now, and I will see you in the next video.